What's up, guys? Jake Funland here with Apocalypse Movies, and welcome to our official spoiler review of the Nutcracker and the Four Realms, the latest film from Disney, starring Mackenzie Foy, Keira Knightley, and a small appearance from Morgan Freeman. This movie it's based on the mythology and the dream and the magic of the Nutcracker and all of these characters and these worlds that Disney has created over decades and decades of creativity. And they kind of bring it all together in one life. And it's a film that, look, I get it. Everybody reviews and critiques and gives their opinions on these films. Every film the same. They do. But sometimes you do have to go into a movie thinking a little bit differently, kind of knowing what to expect. Now, I'm not saying The Nutcracker is a great movie. I'm not saying it's a good movie. But what I'm saying is that if you kind of go in with this movie knowing what to expect and having a little bit of an open mind, you might end up enjoying it a little bit more than you think you would. Now, I'm going to start off with the visual effects in this film because that is the highlight of it all. It's magnificent. It is. Disney, over the last decade or so, has transcended what VFX and bringing worlds to life means. What they have done on screen as far as bringing characters and creatures and objects and these just different worlds out there, it is, in the simplest of Disney terms, just magical. It is. Like, what they do on screen, perspective with landscape and setting is phenomenal, and it can't be, it's unmatched. It truly is unmatched compared to anybody else out there. But that isn't the whole movie, and sadly, that is the best part of the movie. Actually, I'll take that back. That is the second best part of the movie, in my opinion. And the first part goes strictly to Mackenzie Foy. She is fantastic. Now, Mackenzie Foy played the daughter of Edward and Bella in the Twilight series, even though they kind of messed with her face a little bit. And then she was the young Jessica Chastain in the Interstellar movie from Christopher Nolan. So she's been around. Her older sister, Claire Foy, is from The Crown. She just started The First Man, and then she's going to be in The Girl in the Spider's Web here in just a few weeks. Or next week, I should say. And so she knows the business, and she is just remarkable. She's really good for her age, and she commands a certain presence on screen, and it's believable, and it's great, it's fun, it's exactly what a Disney movie deserves in a way, and even to a point that a Disney movie doesn't deserve because she was so good, and a movie that could have definitely been better. Now, as far as those parts that could have been better, the predictability is there. Obviously, we know what's going to happen. The movie is only an hour and 35 minutes long, and so I knew that, the second all of these characters started popping up, we learned about, Flower Land and the amusement park land, and then you have Candyland, basically, with Keira Knightley's character, Sugar Plum. There was something off about her, and you knew that there was going to be a twist coming, and I knew for a fact, personally, that she was going to end up playing a bigger role than it was led on to be, and a different role from what it was led on to be. And so I wasn't surprised when she came out as the bad guy with his ultimate plan, because we've seen it multiple times before. It's predictable, it's similar, it's familiar, and so it's something that I wish they would have done a little bit differently, but I also understand why it was done that way. The stuff with amusement park land or the Funland, whatever they call it, with Helen Mirren's character. I think that it could have been amped up a little bit because that was such an interesting part of it all. The movie was only, like I said, it was only an hour and 35 minutes long. There wasn't a lot of development in places, and they kind of just ran over stuff. It was all very fast-paced, and it happened all very quickly. And I'm not against that whatsoever, but I wanted to learn a little bit more because it was interesting hearing that Mackenzie Foy's character, Clara, her mother, was the queen of this realm, this world. What happened there? What was going on? Why were there no flashbacks, maybe? All they did was talk about it. There was no any kind of development or showing of it on screen. And it didn't become interesting in the end. We didn't care about it because it was all just washed over. And so if they would have done that, add another 10 or 15 minutes on this movie, you could have easily done that with just a few things there. But I do understand why they did it. And that's not saying that I have to like it, but it's something that I wanted from the movie. Morgan Freeman, he was in there, didn't need to be in there. That didn't need to be his part, obviously. They got him to play this character that played a pivotal role in the movie for like 5 seconds. Cool. Some of the action was decent. It wasn't great. Wasn't really anything that special. I think that the toy soldier stuff could have been different. They were made out to be these gigantic, toy soldiers, and all they did was get knocked over, really. There was nothing really special about it. I like the kid who played the Nutcracker. I forget his name off the top of my head. But the idea that he's the only Nutcracker there is pretty interesting. Again, though, there was no real development. Why was he the only real Nutcracker? Okay? Why is he the only one left? Why is he zoned to that post he was at? Like, what's going on there? There's nothing really developmental about this world that Mackenzie Foy's Clara steps into, not just 10 minutes into the movie, And so I wanted something more. And even though everything ended on a happy ending, Keira Knightley was turned into a toy, the world is back to where it's supposed to be. Excuse me. I wish that there was another 15 or 20 minutes added on this movie. I wish that it could have been a little bit differently as far as development and characters and kind of world building, because the world was there, but the building of it was not. And it took me out, and I liked the movie a little bit more than I thought I would. I thought it was going to be a total trash pile, but I think it could have been a lot more fun and worth seeing if they did that. It's an hour and 35 minutes long. People are used to 2-hour plus movies these days on average. Why can't you reach that hour 45 mark, hour 50 mark? Like, there's plenty of stuff you can do to fill those gaps to make it a much better movie. Now, I hope they do that at some point, because Disney is not going to stop making these movies. I'm not saying they should, but just add a little bit more to them. Don't put all your resources into the live action remakes of your animated classics. Make these original movies just as good and fun as those. So, as a whole, the Nutcracker and the Four Realms, this is hard, whether I recommend or don't recommend. It's tough to say because of Mackenzie Foy's portrayal of the character, and I dearly love Keira Knightley as an actress, but I don't think I would recommend this movie, and that's tough, but I really don't think I would recommend it, and because the two standouts are the visual effects and Mackenzie Foy. That shouldn't be the only two things that you're excited about when you see this movie, and so unfortunately, I'm going to say that the Nutcracker and the Four Realms, I do not recommend this movie. I do think that you can pass on it and watch it on home video when it shows up, any of that stuff. It is sad because it is a Disney movie. We love the Disney magic. But as far as with the Nutcracker and the Four Realms, even though I liked it a little bit more than I thought I would, I do not recommend this movie for audiences everywhere. So if you have not seen it, I'm sorry if I ruined it. You should not be watching this video if you haven't, due to the title and the fact that it is spoilers. But if you have watched it, head down in the comments. Let me know what you thought of it. Am I wrong? Am I off base? Did you have a completely opposite view of me? Am I right? Or did you hate it worse than I did? Head down there. Leave some thoughts. I will get back to you as soon as I can. Also, head to apocalypsemovies.com where you can read all kinds of news articles going up every day about trailers, castings, images, posters, and much, much more. As well as this YouTube channel. Hit that like, share, and of course that subscribe button. Can't thank you guys enough for all the support and motivation. We really, really appreciate it. We love doing this, and we want to do more of it into the future. So, again, thank you for joining me on my spoiler-filled review of the Nutcracker on the Four Realms. And until next time, see you later.